I'm Dirk Kleinschmidt, and this is the Weekend Games for Instrumante Radio. And today we visit the small town of Okanya, rather quaint place, but not for just any other reason, but we're going to meet with a unique artist and his talent, with the awesome skill to do airbrush paintwork. Now, the first airbrush, depending on the definition that you use, was patented in 1876 by Francis Edgar Stanley of Newton, Massachusetts. And that's a couple of years ago, but with me here, we've got Julius. It's nice to visit you here in this stunning little town of yours. But you got an amazing talent with exceptional artwork. How exactly does it work?
It's very similar to spray gun. It works with air, compressed air through a compressor, and then it's just via trigger action of releasing the paint and the flow. So the more you pull on the trigger, the more paint you'll have on your surface on the end of the day. So airbrush is just a very smaller version of a spray gun. It's like a pencil or pen-based spray gun.
Tell me, must an artist always use a template, for instance?
It helps. To get the sharper edges, it helps to use templates, but you have to mix it with freehanding to get the best results.
The high velocity of the air atomizes the paint into very tiny droplets as it blows onto the surface. How do you change contrast, for instance?
That'll depend on how far away you are from the surface with your airbrush. The closer you get, the more flow you'll experience, and sometimes it will seep or run. So you have to control the flow of your nozzle with a needle. The more you, like I said, pull back on it, the more paint you'll have on your surface. So it's a mixture of distance and trigger action.
What technique do you use to get these amazing colors, or to blend colors?
Well, first I have my major colors, and from that I usually pre-blend some of the sub-colors. And from there on, it's just by layering and layering as you go on with your project, like they say, from dark to light, loose to tight. So you work from your darker colors to your lighter colors, and then on the end you just put in the highlights and stuff like that.
Do you prefer freehand art, or do you work according to stencils?
Freehand is much easier. It's less time consuming, like like a mural. It's much easier, but it's harder work because you're working on a much bigger surfaces. But I have to say I prefer templates. It's much more sharper. It's much more how can I say, concentrated. So your image is much more sharper and just looks better all around.
It is a fact that some airbrush or a skilled airbrush artists can make any artwork look like an original photographic or a photo or a painting, and you can simulate about anything that you want to, that comes to mind. How much skill, how much time does it take to get to that point?
Well, I've heard saying that you have to put in 10,000 hours to become or be known as a professional. But yeah, I'd say if you work for like 3 to 5 years constantly, you'll achieve a close amount of that kind of photorealism, as I say. With airbrushing, you can actually what they call get super photorealism, and you get some guys that's insanely talented, that makes stuff look like is that actually painted. I mean, it looks like photorealism. So, but yeah, some of the top dogs, they've been doing it for 20, 30 years, and I still have a long way to go, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, a top dog in a small town, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, if I want to start this art, I'm keen to pick up, a little bit and bob there and maybe lay my hand to it. Where do I start? How do I start?
First, you're going to need an airbrush and a compressor, and then obviously a nice setup. But that's your two basic tools, airbrush and a hose and a compressor, and then paint and thinners, your thinning agent. And yeah, maybe just somebody to guide you, just to help, like me.
Well, we're going to have a look at a little bit of the equipment, and I want to thank you very much for your time. Make sure that you watch this on our Facebook, but we'll let you know when we're going to publish it on Informante Radio. And yes, I'm Dirk Kleinschmidt. And make sure that you watch our weekend games from the end of May, always on Saturdays. We're going to repeat it on Facebook during the week. We're going to meet interesting people, fascinating facts about their art, their hobbies, and what they keep themselves busy with over weekends. And for some of us, it's also our profession. Take care.